The Arab League has voted to suspend Syria from the organisation until a peace plan is implemented to stop the bloodshed there. Member states have also been urged to withdraw their ambassadors from Damascus and implement economic and political sanctions. The decision came at an emergency session in Cairo, which discussed Damascus's inability to end the 8-month-long violent crackdown on civil protesters. An overwhelming majority of member states supported the move, with only Lebanon, Yemen and Syria itself voting against. Well, to discuss this development, I'm now joined by Chossudovsky, the director of the Centre for Research on Globalisation. He's in Canada. So Arab countries have turned against another Arab nation in a significant way. A surprising and unexpected move?
Well, unexpected in as much as the peace plan was already agreed upon a week earlier. But not unexpected, because these countries are essentially obeying orders emanating from Washington. This is not a decision of the Arab League or the Arab world. It is a decision of Washington, and it is there to justify war plans directed against Syria, which are already on the drawing board of the Pentagon.
So you're saying, Michel, this is actually a precursor to foreign intervention now?
It is. It definitely is. But I should mention that this is not a protest movement. It is an armed insurrection. And reports to the effect that the so-called opposition is receiving weapons is corroborated even by the Israeli press. If you read between the lines, but I've been following this for several months, and going back to August, the Israeli press confirmed that the opposition forces were in fact being provided with anti-tank and anti-air rockets, mortars, heavy machine guns. Now, immediately following the peace proposal of the Arab League, what happened? The armed gunmen, which are Al-Qaeda affiliated entities, paramilitary, were sent in to trigger a new round of civilian casualties. It is not to say that the government of Bashar al-Assad doesn't bear responsibility, but we must understand that the very parties to this Arab League decision are also complicit in supporting an insurgency, an armed insurgency, with the view to destabilizing Syria as a nation state.
And so those implications now, the fact that 18 Arab states, whatever the influence is behind them, whatever you say, what are the implications then for Assad? His days are definitely numbered now?
Well, first of all these Arab states are linked in one way or another to NATO, okay, through Mediterranean dialogue and so on and so forth. And what I'm saying is that NATO and the United States are preparing for a military campaign directed against Syria under the pretext, under humanitarian pretext, while at the same time they have supported the armed insurrection which has created this process of instability.
What about the similarity with Libya? Civilians were being armed there to protect themselves. Is it no different? And that was, some people say that was a people-driven revolution. So what's the difference?
It was not a people's-driven revolution. It was an Al-Qaeda-driven revolution, supported by NATO special forces. We know enough about Libya to know that this was this was an invasion. But I should warn that Syria is a country of more than 20 million people. It's in a region which is a geopolitical hotspot, and any kind of military action against Syria, the whole region flares up, from the eastern Mediterranean right to the Chinese border. And we should also understand that actions directed against Syria are coordinated with actions directed against Iran. And bear in mind that these actions are implemented simultaneously. Iran is being demonized, allegedly, for its nuclear weapons program which it doesn't have, using fake intelligence. This has been documented, and so on and so forth. So that, again, lies and fabrications to create a justification for waging a war on Syria first and perhaps subsequently on Iran. And I say that this scenario this scenario has devastating consequences. It is a World War III scenario.
OK, Michel, always interesting talking to you on these matters, and good to hear your point of view. Michel Chossudovsky, the Director of the Centre for Research on Globalisation, joining us live there in Montreal. Thank you.
Thank you very much.